Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is an enthusiastic creator who's here with us in Tuber Chat just about every stream. I know not everybody can be. I appreciate every moment everybody can spend. Not everybody can be here every day. Or especially for 3 hours at a time, especially when we're doing our streams as pop-ups. So I really do appreciate every moment. But Jevin Richardson is somebody who always engages chat while they're here. They're here frequently, like I said, almost every stream. And they're working on 1,500 subscribers now. It looks like they've crossed 1,400. What we get on this channel is plane spotting. So this creator has been bringing us, for the most part, different types of aircraft. They intend on continuing that. And we get a look at some of their videos here. When we're connecting here in Tuber Chat, we want to be looking for videos that are 3 minutes or longer. And Jevin Richardson has plenty of them. You just got to look through a few of these. Very important that the video is 3 minutes long. Very important that we watch from beginning to end. And then we leave our meaningful, genuine comment, of which I recommend 3 or 4 sentences as a minimum. And then we give our thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. When we look at shorts on this channel, it's interesting because most of the shorts videos are going to fall in line with the long form content, but we do find a couple of exceptions here that have done extremely well. They've got a couple of PlayStation shorts here that have gotten into 18,000 and 42,000, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jevin Richardson, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who, like I said, is here engaging conversation every stream, or pretty much every stream, for which I'm grateful. The key to getting onto the wheel on the screen here in Tuber Chat is to engage conversation with others in the chat. That's why the channel's called Tuber Chat. It's literally because that's where the magic happens here. We put channels on the screen for the next 3 hours. We'll get through as many as we can during that time, as we always do, but engaging in the chat is the key to getting on faster. I've got a robot in the background called Streamlabs that keeps great statistics, and that's what I use to keep track of that kind of activity. So pardon me. Thank you everybody for coming in. I know Leonica dropped a super chat on the way in, so thank you for that. I saw that fly by while we were doing our introduction. We've got a few names on the wheel already: Scratch and Pete PA, Butler Family Farm, CNS Travel, Just Jason Keto, and more, along with the Bud files, are already there. We always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then after a long period of time, I'll start adding names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. I see we've got quite a few more creators here. Pardon me just for 1 second. And, pardon me, Michael's Adventures is a beloved and dedicated moderator, as is Scratch and Pete PA, who's on the wheel right now. They're both two of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. Scratch and Pete PA has literally been here over 700 times, if you could believe that, for hours at a time. Michael's Adventures is here for every stream he can be, but he always sends his regards whenever he's got a work schedule that prevents him from being here, usually during the week. We'll see him on the weekend again. Geek Culture 101, I'm going to get onto the wheel right away, but I see Curmudgeon Alaska is here. Intrepids and Cruz Bolero are both in the house. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures are fellow Canadians. Matthews Bushcraft, good to see you here. I saw Travels and Gardening and More. Pardon me, he keeps changing the name of his channel. With DJ, send out a shout out for Matthews Bushcraft on Facebook. I'm always happy to see creators promoting each other, especially when it's not expected, and on the other social networks. Sweet Melissa, Coastal Girl 707 is here. Cali King 916 from Sacramento. Andre Southgate brings us prize fighting. William Birding the Tires is also here. It's good to see all of you in the chat. And then KK's Travel and Educational Vlogs is also here. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat, as long as everybody's still active. we should get around to everyone. And Leonica is going to come up right away. There's another channel that just changed their name slightly, but they've been a friend of ours for a couple of months now. Leonica Lofton was the name of the channel. So what I find is that when creators change their name, they might struggle with the search results for a week or two, but things should settle down shortly. You can see after a quick hit on my filters there to let YouTube know I'm looking for a channel, Leonica comes right up. I'm going to copy her handle into the chat, and then we'll talk about her content in a second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Goodness, my dear goodness, the long speech I just went through. Thank you, everybody. Yes, no sound again. I try not to make those mistakes, but I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody. So we're looking at Leonica, and this is a creator that's got a few videos here. One of them is perfect to connect with. It's 12 minutes long. It's a video gameplay video. She lets us know she does a few different things on the channel. She's going to do some gaming reviews, online shopping. She'll talk about inspiration, entertainment, and always fun. She's got some shorts over here. One of these has already got 700 views and another at 1900, which is great to see. I think that one's still getting views, by the way. And then live streams are frequent. She seems to be doing these every couple of days up to about a week ago. And hopefully I'll catch you. It's been a couple weeks already, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. Florida Cleamers Ted. Yes, thank you. Unmute yourself. Thank you, everybody, for that. It really does help when you mention it in the chat, because if you can imagine, I've got two things that I can look at. I'll show you how Streamlabs desktop works. There's a buzzer looking thing here in the bottom corner that is the LEDs that go along with my voice while I'm talking, and then I've got a Stream Deck in front of me, and when I mute the mic, the button goes red. You can kind of see that there, but I'm not looking right at it, so that's my excuse for today. Canadian Family Life, thanks for continuing that membership. They've been a member many months before, as you can see. So I've got them on the wheel along with Yellow Shirt Dad and Florida Claimers Ted. Of course, we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another second. It's actually time now. Leonica dropped a super chat, and we put her channel up on the screen right away for that reason. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we're back to spinning the wheel. Yellow Shirt Dad is going to bring fun into everything that he does, including the joke of the day. We'll talk about that in a second. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Overclock Mix-Up, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. You might be brand new here. Forgive me if I'm mistaken about that, but it's good to have you in the house. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, of course, dropped her premiere yesterday, as she does every single Sunday. Yours truly, DKC, is back in the house. King Morgan is a longtime friend and here with us frequently. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. When we look at Yellow Shirt Dad, like I said, this is Gene. He wants to bring fun into everything that he does. He does that here in the Tuber Chat streams and everywhere else that I see him either chatting or collaborating with others. This creator is well known in the Tuber Chat family for bringing us the joke of the day, and he does this a couple of times a week. Actually, if you go through these videos, you're probably going to find a couple where there's more than one joke of the day at a time. Now, occasionally he'll take us for a look around his area and stories to be told. When we are looking at a channel like this, again, we always want to be looking for videos that are 3 minutes or longer if possible. He's got plenty, especially if we dig through some of the older videos, but Gene does a great job of taking us different places like the beach. He takes us around a pond he's got in his area and other interesting places as well. But this creator's always smiling, always laughing, wants to bring a laugh to or a smile to our face as well. Yellow Shirt Dad has got some shorts that have done really well, 5,200, 5,300, and 8,500, and then live streams on the channel as well. He's done quite a few of these. I'm not sure if he's done, yes, there it is, StreamYard panels as well. So he had Gail Southern Living on there. He's got UK Lawyer. Oh, for the life of me, I'm going to embarrass myself and forget the name. Karen Cole, UK Lawyer as well. And it's great to see familiar faces here. So Yellow Shirt Dad obviously is willing to collaborate with others. And the notable thing about this creator, he's been with us for what I think is getting on 3 years now, is as soon as he came into the Tuber Chat family, he was right away interacting with everyone, making friends, and I saw him collaborating with others. He's working on 1,900 subscribers now, so I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. Lewis Acre Farm Karma, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Right before I got on today, my voice is scratchy. That's what I put the break screen on there for a quick second, just to clear my throat and give one little cough there. Jevin Richardson is sending something through the YouTube universe over here somehow. CNS Travel is coming up right now. I'm surprised their channel's not coming up #1 for me. But what we find is that when there are channels with short or popular names, they can struggle with the search results up until they have about 800 subscribers. For many creators, it's far, far, far less. You'll come up #1 in the world for your name. But in some circumstances, we see channels take a little bit longer. Once you're there, you're there. When we look at, I did say scratching. CNS Travel's got 101 subscribers right now. We'd love to get them a few extras so they can keep that 100 locked in. And you know, it's always a shame YouTube plays games with our numbers. We don't want anybody to slip back below a milestone. We all have seen that kind of thing happen if we haven't experienced it ourselves. When we look at this channel, we see a couple of creators that are enthusiastic about creating memories and helping us learn how to make memories like that for our families as well. They bring us a lot of cruising content, as you can see. They'll take us to the destinations and excursions along the way as well. When we get into shorts videos over here, we get into 760 and beyond. One at 1,700, which is great. And then when we get into live streams, we see they've done a couple of these up to a few months ago. We'll see if they're going to keep those up. But again, I know I've said it, but we keep notification bells on for every single channel that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Bella's Whisper Farmstead, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat again. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. And Butler Family Farm, with a highlighted milestone message, took over our stream boss position. That's the video game life meter under my camera here. Every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock them out and take over gets some extra exposure for a little while. Butler Family Farm has held that position many times before. And we're going to talk about their content now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I see Bella's Whisper Farmstead is in the house and Creative Beauty Butterfly. It's good to have you both here. They're here frequently. And then, yes, hopefully I'm not missing anyone. Butler Family Farm is an interesting channel now. They would have been live earlier tonight. Unfortunately, I didn't make it in this week. My day shuffled. That's why we ended up doing this late night stream. Just in case I can't fit one in before Friday, then we managed to get an extra stream in. So Butler Family Farm was live a couple of hours ago, and Jerry and Susan share the camera work on that channel along with everything else, and they bring us 116 acres of homesteading and farming content on their channel. They show us all that it takes to look after their farm, and they bring us into their home. Sometimes Jerry brings us into the shop, and they also head out frequently for a lot of YouTube meetups with other creators, both large and small. You'll meet lots more friends when you visit this channel if you haven't already. And Butler Family Farm has got a lot to show us, including bees on the farm for the second year in a row. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, along with cats and dogs. And then, like I said, they're usually outdoors, bringing us a lot of the content we'd expect, including repairing things, looking after things, maintaining things, feeding the livestock. And then, like I said, they bring us into their home, and Jerry brings us into the shop. They take us on the road, and they've got some shorts here that have done really, really well, getting into 12,000, even 50,000 views and beyond. Then when we get into live streams, we see that these creators, like I said, were live earlier, and they're live every Monday. They have a schedule. They're on consistently. Once in a while, when they have a 40th wedding anniversary, they'll drop an extra one. Or when they head out to one of these meetups like I keep talking about, they often live stream from those. Lots of familiar faces in StreamYard panels, so much so I actually joined them a few months ago on their channel for a couple of hours while we were talking YouTube and other things. So hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm. Jerry and Susan are another couple of generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters, and they try to be here for every stream or pretty close to it, for which I'm grateful. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. The Bud Files is coming up right now, and I know that John H. Shelton and Home Bartending with John are both in the house. I put them on the wheel a moment ago. Makeup Mom and Son is a beloved and dedicated moderator and has been for 4 years now, so we've got her on the wheel as well. After a long period of time, I'll add some more names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. The Bud Files are a family of creators. There's a lot of family togetherness on this channel, whether they're indoors or outdoors, but the idea behind the channel is to be modern-day archaeologists, and the idea is to uncover history and digitally preserve it in video. And they do that frequently with outdoor adventures as well. They bring us into their home. They often visit a lot of different places like touristy destinations, as well as abandoned locations, graveyards, cemeteries, and they got some shorts on the channel as well. This is where we get to see that they've really expanded the content over the last year to a year and a half on the channel. Lots of family togetherness. Like I said, they're all featured here. But some of these shorts have done well, 5,000, even 15,000 on one of these. And then when we get into live streams, we see that these creators could be outdoors, but they also bring us into their home. They could be singing, dancing, or even playing games. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Bud Files. They are another family of generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. They're monetized, of course, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get to their channel. And Broken Hearts Ministry, Gail, good to see you in the house. We've seen you in at least 2 thumbnails already today. We've only been on for 20 minutes. And Gail Southern Living has a ton of impact. As a matter of fact, she was on with, pardon me, no, she wasn't with Susan from Hillbilly Chicken Ranch this morning. I think she was on with her the other day, but Hillbilly Chicken Ranch was talking about the Fall Fest giveaway and talking about the Canadian aspect of it. Of course, everybody mentions Canada if they see myself or Scratch and PPA or Just Jason Keto and More or Canadian Family Life or any of our Canadian friends. There's quite a few of us in here. And then what we're going to do right now is take a break for 3.5 minutes. When we come back, we're going to look at Makeup Mom and Son. Right before we go, what I'm going to do is play for you a clip from our interview. I call it a podcast series, and these are conversations that have gone on where I've grabbed a lot of information from some of our friends who have been longtime friends here in the Tuber Chat family. All of the conversations go from anywhere like an hour to even 2 hours long, and all of these creators have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
No.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. And it's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. It's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, Yes. Be there for the ones that are coming back and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. Somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
All right, we're just about back. Renante Loros, I think, is a longtime friend. I think I recognize that channel. It might just have been a while. Forgive me if I'm mistaken about that, but it's great to have you here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Rushing When Mountain's been added to the wheel. Right when we went on that break there, Big Family Expedition dropped a super chat so that we would look at Matthew's Bushcraft channel. We'll look at that in another moment, and they mentioned that it's their son. I cannot believe in all this time I didn't put that together, because we know both of these channels. Big Family Expedition is here frequently, but Matthew's Bushcraft we know is giving us survival skills and almost a camping type of channel, I would look at it as. So very interesting, but thank you for that. I'm sorry that I didn't put that together before. But we'll have a look at both of those in a quick moment. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. And pretty soon I'll add another name to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. I recently spun the wheel, so right before we went on the break there, Makeup Mom and Son came up. This is a dear friend who's been with us as a beloved and dedicated moderator for 4 years now, if you could believe that. She's long over 2,000 subscribers, as we can see, got that nice and locked in. I see that she's been putting out frequent videos. I thought I caught up here, but I must be mistaken. I shared this video out, the Power Strip video, but I haven't watched it yet. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the funnel cake video, I'm going to put that in my catch-up list for now, and then that's a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators, at least in the smallest way. When we look at Makeup Mom and Son, we know that this channel is monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and membership available when we get there. What Makeup Mom and Son started with was beauty more than anything else, and a lot of product reviews, get ready with me type ideas, and this creator has done spectacularly when it comes to different looks. I'll show you those in the shorts videos. When we look at Makeup Mom and Son, we also see that she's doing a lot more product reviews, a lot of taste test challenge type videos, or experimenting with different flavors of things that I might not have otherwise seen. Like, for instance, Hot Tamales Cotton Candy sounds like a great collaboration, something I'd never even dare try, but interesting either way. And then Makeup Mom and Son, like I said, does really well with different looks and series of videos. So she might get involved in Vlogmas or something around Halloween. You get an idea of that when we start to look at some of the thumbnails here and some of the looks that she's had in some of the shorts videos, and these have done really well. She's got one at 37,000 and another at 40,000, which is great to see. Live streams are something that she's done many times before. I've joined her on her channel and many others many times. One of the things she was known for is doing a interview series. She might bring those back. There's an example right here. The screen you see right here has Hilda DC and Corinne's Life, another couple of our dear friends and moderators on this channel, and I've joined them all many times. But Makeup Mom and Son did an interview series, and many familiar faces were in there from the Tuber Chat family, but she also introduced us to a lot of creators we had not already met. She expects to continue to do that, and I've been honored to have been interviewed on her channel as well. It's a long time back, but my guess is that a lot of the information that we might have talked about or shared is probably still relevant today. Kaden Plays It is another channel from Makeup Mom and Son. There she is right there. Mom helps Son with the channel, of course. Kaden Plays It might bring us product reviews, some video gameplay. He's got shorts on the channel as well. These have started to move. One at 2,200 views, which is great to see. And then live streams are even a possibility here. They've experimented with one playing Roblox, and we'd love to encourage this young creator by pushing them a little bit farther towards the first 100. Our Louisiana Life, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Six Poses Back is here as well. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Broken Hearts Ministry Gail is Gail Southern Living. Mr. Fulton Mraz is a longtime dear friend. He's been a friend of mine for about 5 years as well. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Aaron at Lawson, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And Matthew's Bushcraft is up right now. And a Big Family Expedition dropped a super chat so that we would look at this channel. And I had to do a double take in the background here and look at Big Family Expedition's channel, which we'll see in a moment, where you'll see Matthew's Bushcraft in the banner, as well as some thumbnails. I didn't put together all this time that this is family. And one of the things I talk about frequently here is that the biggest complaint I've gotten on YouTube as the host of Superchat for the last many years is, why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family members to support us when we can find people online willing to do it, at least in our YouTube journey? So I think it makes it that much more extra special when we do have friends and family members that are supporting each other, especially to have parents getting behind a child this way. So not a child so much, but you know what I mean. Matthew's Bushcraft shows us a lot of survival skills on their channel. They're really talking about prepping here, and they're focusing on survival skills that people of all ages can learn. So I would classify it as more of a camping channel, but that's just because that's, you know, it looks like a lot of outdoor content here, like a lot of our homesteading and prepping friends have as well. Some shorts here have done well. 1,600, 2,100, 2,800 views on this channel, and Matthew's Bushcraft says they're working on a brand new video right now. It might be up soon. I would never rush, because we've already had, for instance, your channel up here today. As you make new friends today, they'll be ready for your new video. But we should always be considerate about when we want to put our videos up. And what I mean by that is you really want to put thought into when is the best time for you to post to give your video the best chance of having success. But as you can see, even in the latest videos that Matthew's Bushcraft has been putting out, they've all been getting at least a couple hundred views, which is great. So looks like they're on the right track. They got mom and dad from Big Family Expedition to help out as well. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And the Gambler After Dark is in the house. Thanks for coming in. Geek Culture 101. I've got your channel on the wheel for now, but after a little while, I usually once or twice per stream clear out a few names if they're not still here. If it comes up, I'll put a channel up in your place, but thank you for that. And then we will look at Big Family Expedition here. Now, this is an interesting story for this channel as well. We saw something similar where another channel we know and love called Hope Bus is building a custom RV out of a gutted bus of a different style than what we see here. But Big Family Expedition lets us know on their About page the story behind the channel, where this family was living on the road originally, or several years ago. They settled down a little bit, added a family member, and they're about to hit the road again. What they're doing right now is getting the bus ready, and they got a really elaborate system and some help, as I saw from the solar video. I've got a lot to learn about solar stuff, solar equipment and things like that. And they're getting into interaction with the chat as well, with lots of question and answer here by the look of it. So I'll be interested to see what they're going to have to say in this channel, and another channel full of family togetherness, of course. And I think it's a great story. I think people are really going to be drawn into the story of the channel and happy to follow this family along. So shorts on the channel have gotten into 2,600 views, one at 10,000. They were doing live streams up to a couple months ago. I feel terrible because I never actually caught one. I'm surprised. We did a lot of streams on Thursdays right at the same time, as a matter of fact, or pretty close to it. But Big Family Expedition, again, like everybody else, of course, we got notification bells on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, and in the spirit of catching as much content from each other as we can as well. So if Big Family Expedition is going to do some more live streams, then hopefully I'll catch them, and hopefully we all will. The Autograph Fisherman Joe Burgess, good to see you back in the house. And Budgeting Just Because is another longtime friend. They're doing really well. Last time I caught them for a live stream, I think it was last week, they had a vibrant live stream going, as a matter of fact. So they're well on their way. Let's see who's coming up next. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And thank you again, Big Family Expedition, for that super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. Thank you for letting me know, too. I don't know how I didn't pick that up, but Matthew's Bushcraft is part of the Big Family Expedition family. So, as well, Home Bartending with John is up on the screen right now. This is a creator that brings us two one-of-a-kind channels, where the first one that we're looking at is going to teach us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. We don't have to have a home bar setup quite as elaborate as what John has got here to show us, but he does tell us what it takes and shows us what it takes to keep a bar like his replenished. He even takes us shopping and might even show us the tools we need behind the bar to make some of our favorite cocktails. What I find most compelling about this channel and what John's doing specifically is that he'll give us different recipes for the same drinks, basically variations. Sometimes we hear about a drink that we know or think we know or that we've even had before, but then we find out there's 2 or 3 or more different ways to make that. He'll show us 2 or 3 of those, and he takes requests on his channel, which he's already done 2 for me, which I appreciate, at least 2. And then on his channel, he might do comparisons between a lot of liquors, liqueurs, even beers now, and then a lot of product reviews. And these, of course, can help us save money by getting an opinion from somebody as to whether we might like something before we go out and spend money on it and try it. And then as well, he'll do series or collections. I got to find a better way to describe that. I talk about it all the time, but he'll do a video called like 6 low-calorie cocktails or 8 non-alcoholic mocktails or something along those lines, and he's got a few of those, so I hope you'll check those out as well. He's an over-the-top generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and happens to be a silver member here, which means we see his channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, whether or not he's here, even though he happens to be here for almost every stream. Now, Home Bartending with John is well over 500 subscribers at 524 right now. He's got some shorts here that have moved into 2,400, one over 8,300 views, which is great to see. And then when we get into live streams, we see that's an idea that he's done in the past. We'll keep our notification bell on and hopefully catch him if he's going to pick those back up at any point. And we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Yes, thank you, Butler Family Farm. Lisa J. Stocks is in the house, and right before I get to Rushing Wind Mountain, I did say he's got 2 channels. I can't tell you how many times, I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody else, but I can't tell you how many times I have forgotten for no reason at all to put up the second channel from Home Bartending with John. Now, for every creator that's got more than one channel, I don't necessarily put every single one up every single time. It's just I try to remember it. Depending on time, I might put a couple of them up. We've got at least one creator that, well, we've got a couple creators that have more than 4 or 5 channels. I only ever put up 2 in the most of the time anyway. Lisa J. Stocks, thank you again for that. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And then The Pipe Guy is up on the screen. Now, this is the other one-of-a-kind channel that I was talking about, what Home Bartending with John is doing with this channel is bringing us industrial pipe lamps like this one here, and industrial industrial pipe art like the second thumbnail that we see here. He's got one video so far as well with a Star Wars theme, which is really cool, but this is the very first time I've seen anything like this on his channel or any other. So it's interesting to have one creator that brings us two one-of-a-kind channels in the Tuber Chat family. He's at 49 subscribers. We'd love to push him over that 50. We know he must be thinking about it, and we'll get him halfway to the first 100. So if anybody hasn't already connected with Home Bartending with John on both of these channels, I hope you will. Then, we already spun the wheel, and Rushing Wind Mountain is coming up right now. This is another creator who's here with us just about every day. Sometimes you see in the chat will reference the name Ruby, and this is who we're talking about. This channel comes from the Pacific Northwest, and they bring us wildlife and nature videos. They have changed up their description a little bit over the years. They've been with us for at least 3 years now, but a lot of what they're doing are ASMR type of relaxing videos, and what we mean by that is pleasing audio and pleasing visuals to go along with it. Now, if we dig through the channel enough, we're going to find a lot of wildlife as well, and if we go through the shorts, especially some of the popular ones, we're going to find some humorous moments as well. They've got 11,000, 12,000, and even 16,000 on some of these shorts videos, and then they've got live streams as well. These are more like experiments lately than anything else, but they've been doing them up to about 3 weeks ago. Plenty vertical, a couple of horizontal as well, as they experiment with the different systems, but they've had a little bit of success here, getting literally into thousands of views. So hopefully everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain. They're well over 4,000 subscribers now, and you know I say of channels of this size that they must be there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of, let's say, 3,000 and beyond, if that makes sense. So I hope everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain, and I'll spin the wheel and we'll see who's coming up next. Of course, this was an unexpected later night stream. I'm in the Eastern time zone, so it's well beyond 9 o'clock, almost 10 o'clock for us. Same for Florida Claimers Ted, of course. And I do appreciate everybody coming in, but we see that we're actually moving a little bit faster than we usually do. So Florida Claimers Ted is coming up next. We're going to go for another break for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play for you another clip from our interview series. And again, these are creators with conversations in an interview style where I ask their opinion and barely put any of my input in there. We get to hear from me every day. But these conversations went on anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. The creators that have been featured in those interviews are longtime friends. They've been with us at least 3 years each. And then they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. One of the things that comes along with monetization on YouTube that used to require 30,000 subscribers is memberships, and that's open to everybody that gets monetized after 500 subscribers now, or just about everybody. So one of the things that creators will ask is, how can they increase the number of memberships over time on their channel? What advice would you give to somebody to increase the number of members and watch that grow, if that's something that's on their mind?
Yo, you better get your pencil out for this one. I take this part very seriously in my membership. Our membership is $1.99. It's low. Okay. And I did that intentionally. I don't have any other tiers. I have one tier. It's $1.99. It's the fun zone, basically. We have, I don't know, 24 emojis available, and everybody gets a new banner or a new badge. And it's creative and it's evolving all the time. I change those out consistently. Sometimes during the holidays is a good example. I changed out almost every single one of those emojis for members. I must have picked up, and I think we're right around 600 members. I think we probably picked up an extra 100, because once Halloween came, everything changed throughout the entire holiday season. We're about to hit Easter, and I'm doing it again. So showing your members that you're changing, people love new things. They love it when it's new. And that's a simple thing that you can do. It's all free, whether you use Pexels or you use an AI generator, Mid-Journey. You can create all that so fast and so easy. It probably takes me to do, I see 24 up there. So I think it takes me maybe 2 hours to do every single one of those.
Right. Yeah.
And now you have a fresh palette all the way around.
That's a wonderful idea, so much so I'm holding myself back from laughing because I expect to take a page out of your book and probably do that on at least the Tuber Chat channel. So thank you for that.
In encouraging everybody to join your membership program, or not so much encouraging, reminding them that you have a membership program. And as soon as you do that, everybody in your channel that's a member will start dropping those special emojis. Now, I tweak it a little bit too because I have the floating emotes. When we are in a non-emergency or eruptive time where we can take a breath and it's a little bit more relaxed, I have some pages, my live streams. When you do the emojis, they float all over the screen for fun. And then you see at a large customized emoji that you can only get by being a member, $1.99 is not too far off. People love it.
Wow, that's gold. Thank you for this. All right, we're just about back. I see Makeup Mom and Son is gifting a membership, so thank you for that, Michelle. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. She has been an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, but also a beloved and dedicated moderator here on the channel for the last 4 years. So Nana's World 053 just picked up that gifted membership. The notifications for those things are so fantastic. We might actually see that creator come into the chat at some point, but we'll see. It's later stream than we usually do today. Thank you everybody for engaging the conversation. I cleared a couple names off the wheel and I added Cruz Bolero and KK's Travel and Education Vlogs. We'll continue to add names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. Part of me will do that occasionally. Marketplace Boutique is in the house. We'll see what they've got going on. And Florida Claimers Ted is up on the screen right now. So this is another creator. I've actually got a couple things in common with this guy. But Florida Claimers Ted's been a friend quite a while now. And we see their channel because they collaborate with a lot of other creators. Most notably the Stock Explorer. We see these creators doing some lottery ticket scratch battling together. But Florida Claimers Ted is always engaging everywhere that they go. They got over 1,800 subscribers now. We'd love to push them towards the 1,900 that they're thinking about. And then Florida Claimers Ted has also got some shorts over here. Some of these have done well, 4,000, almost 5,000. One at 26,000, which is great to see. And then live streams are frequent on the channel. Now sometimes they're lottery ticket battling, scratch battling with other creators, but Ted is also doing a lot of StreamYard panels. One of the cool things that they do is they mark a lot of them as 18 plus in the title so that people know, you know, it might be an adult focused conversation, but always fun, always vibrant, always lively. And you'll find that when you get to Florida Claimers Ted. So Makeup Mom and Son, thank you so much for continuing that membership. She's done that, a million times before. She's one of our longest standing members in total. As you can see, the membership badge colors change over time. It's funny because I played that clip right before we went on that break, and hopefully everybody's enjoying those. They're just tiny little 3-minute clips of our interview series. But Two Pineapples, a dear friend, obviously was talking about switching up the membership badges. I still have yet to do that. But you'll see that ours here in Superchat just match the colors that YouTube gives by default. I just made these little checkmark ones. All those check marks were starting to be a thing for a while there on the other social networks. Even YouTube's got them, but like Twitter or X now as we call it, Facebook and Instagram and everybody and things like that. But we'll see what we're going to do with those. Marketplace Boutique's been added to the wheel, and look at the luck that they've got. The odds seem to ever be in your favor today. So right away they've come up. We never know how long it's going to take for the wheel, so hopefully it adds fun if not frustration for everybody. But we'll see what Marketplace Boutique's got going on right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Sister Winnie is a dear friend who I believe supports all of my channels. And then Driving Daily is fairly new in the Tuber Chat family, but they've been here several times now, so hopefully everybody will connect with them also. Marketplace Boutique is up here. This is Jody. This is an interesting one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family. She lets us know that after a career change, she was working in law, she started to get into e-commerce and has been running an e-commerce business since 1998. She shows us all the ins and outs of working on platforms like eBay to buy low, sell high, and she even gives us shopping trips to show us where she gets some of the ideas. The magic really comes in the idea of finding the right things to buy and sell on a platform like eBay. Things like listing and shipping, of course, are easy, and she talks about those things as well. But Marketplace Boutique as well has got variety on the channel, like a lot of creators here in the Tuber Chat family. Regardless of of category or niche, they're bringing variety into the shorts videos. She's done really well with this at 12,000, 14,000, even 19,000 views. And then live streams are frequent on the channel as well. Sometimes Marketplace Boutique will be on her own, but she's also collaborating often with Backyard Trucker. And these creators always have vibrant conversation and support each other wholeheartedly, but they're both creators that are out supporting everybody all the time, which is great. I say I have a few channels here in the Tuber Chat family. There's actually plenty, but I'll say, you know, they seem to be everywhere all the time. Blue Chicken, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That's another longtime friend. And KK's Travel and Educational Vlogs. Yeah, usually it's a little bit earlier than this. Yeah, there's no schedule here in Tuber Chat. The truest reason behind that is because I'm lucky enough to be able to work full time. And in the good weather months, I'm in the Eastern time zone in Canada around Toronto and Niagara Falls. But our summers usually last, you know, it's like almost 6 months. We really don't have a lot of spring and fall anymore. We have mostly winter and summer. But there's a little bit of a mix there, and as the weather gets better and better and better, July and August, I find myself away from YouTube. As an example, today we did a stream as a surprise, because just in case I can't get another one in before Friday, I really don't like to let more than a couple days go by without doing a stream. We try to be here 3 times a week. We'll be on Friday for sure. I'm just not sure if we'll get another one in before that. But we mix up the days and times as well between my full-time gig and my family obligations and things like that. I'm not able to have a regular schedule. We did a long time ago, but we mix up the streams now, and that also allows us to meet new friends from around the world in different time zones. M&J, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And I think, oh yeah, there's Backyard Trucker right now. I'll get their channel onto the wheel. I feel like I've missed a couple channels coming into the chat. Duchess of Darkness is here. Always good to see you in the house. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. So let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So, Scratch and PPA is coming up right now, another beloved and dedicated moderator here. So he has been with us since pretty much the beginning of Tuber Chat. He found us within the first 30 or 40 episodes, and came to us actually through another couple of channels, one of which I was running, and then of course my own afterwards. But this creator was known as PA. He put a lot of consideration into what he was going to do before he did it, and has therefore come out of the gate 3.5, almost 4 years ago, with fantastic presentation. His bright, beautiful avatars matched by the thumbnails on his videos, which give us a bit of a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. His banner's updated every single week, if you can imagine that, and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video over 3.5 years ago. Now, Scratch and PPA is working on 2,200 subscribers, and like I said, is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator, but he is one of the most supportive creators I've met in my 7 years now on YouTube, and if you can believe it, he's been here over 700 times. I don't know what I was thinking there. We're on episode number 747 today. Over 700 of those episodes, I believe, Scratch and PPA has been here for, and literally for hours at a time. Now, I know not everybody can be here, you know, every single stream, and certainly not for hours, but I just want to put some focus on it. Most of you already know that Scratch and PPA is so incredibly supportive, because everybody here would have to include him in at least their most supportive creators supporting their channels, if not the most. But Scratch and PPA is known as a shining jewel here in the Tuber Chat family, and when I talk about the consideration he put into his video series before he started, he pits 2 lottery tickets against each other, which is a unique twist, and then gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. Now, he has his premieres, like the one that's set up right now. And these run every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. If you can catch us for one of his premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of Hilda DC, the Stock Explorer, and a few select others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. So, you'll likely meet more friends over there as well. As a moderator, all of the moderators on this channel are dear friends of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things that they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when we visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, we are welcome to meet more friends and family members for our own channels, the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. So, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow at 12:15 Eastern. But we can set the notification, and we always set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for the channel. The mission here is to see if Scratch and PPA is going to make a profit over the course of a year. During the Scratch Challenge series of videos, you'll have to tune in to see where he's at. And then as well, this creator's monetize. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats, super thanks, super stickers. And when we get into shorts videos, we see that this creator expanded the content of their channel last year when they took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging style shorts videos, which are unique, and brought us a lot of different looks around the different areas he visited, along with some Italian lottery tickets as well we might not have otherwise seen. And then his very first live stream came out of Italy as well during that trip, and I know a lot of people will be excited to know that Scratch and PPA has expanded the content on the channel. And then, hopefully everybody will connect with him. We'd love to push him towards the 2,200 subscribers we know that he's thinking about. And then, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And Just Jason Keto and More, another fellow Canadian. Pete's another fellow Canadian. Just Jason Keto and More is another fellow Canadian. And we'll see what he's got going on now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I think Home Bartending with John's membership badge just changed actually to pink too, which means he's been an official member for 2 years. And if I'm not mistaken, a silver member all of that time, if you can imagine, which means we see his channel in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. And we see that Makeup Mom and Son just joined the silver membership again. So I'm going to get her slide ready to go before we get to the next live stream. Just Jason Keto and More has been a member for as long as I can remember also. And this creator is only a couple hours away from me. Like I said, a fellow Canadian. He wants to motivate and inspire with healthy eating and healthy living habits when we think about a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He's been playing around with some graphic AI systems to make these chofling characters here, which is really, really cool. And he's become very known for those, but they're just a small part of his collection of recipes. And he's got tons of those on the channel, all focused on a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He does a lot of product reviews as well, and he can help us make sense of some of the ingredients we're going to find in products that are pre-made in his recipes. What I really find the most compelling here is that he only uses a few ingredients, and all of his recipes are quick and literally easy to make. So he's also got other input on his channel from guests like Dares Consume the Goodness, who we know here. Other influencers come in and share their life experiences, particularly talking about their tips, tricks, trials, and tribulations while living a keto-based diet or lifestyle, if we want to put it that way. Just Jason Keto and More has done several series, and we'll see more of that when we get into live streams. He's also been willing to head out hundreds of miles away to places like Ketopalooza to bring us informative content, and he's already scheduled to be back there this year. I forget for the life of me when it's going to be. Jason, I for whatever reason, I can't remember at all. If I look at the videos there, they were 9 months ago, so it might still be a while away. Yeah, I've forgotten. And then when we get into shorts videos, we see that Just Jason Keto and More has done really well, especially with some of these healthy looking grilling shorts, getting into 5,000, 6,000 views, one over 22,000, which I've seen. And then live streams on the channel as well. So I was talking about series. He does a Thursday evening series. I'm in the Eastern time zone with him, and he will stream every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. He only occasionally takes Thursday off. If he does, he usually drops a premiere, or in the case of this past week, he did a cook-along video on Wednesday. These are occasional. He's been doing those once a month, where he gives us another easy-to-follow recipe. This week, he brought out the Instant Pot, which is really cool and something I have to learn about. So hopefully everybody will connect with Just Jason Keto and More. An over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. He's also monetized lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Sweet Acres Koi Farm, I might not have said hello earlier, but I got your name on the wheel a long time ago. Does YouTube email you to notify that a channel you are a member of, or, oh, pardon me, does YouTube email you to notify you that a channel you are a member of no longer is allowed membership access, or is that a hacker? So that might be a trick. So the way I usually describe it, I tend to be paranoid, so I always think everybody's hacking and trying to rip me off and everything like that. So I always double check and triple check everything that I see if it comes through like that. The idea is if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. But that's not necessarily true. YouTube will probably notify you if a channel gets demonetized, let's just say. So if you have a channel that's got memberships, they have the option to turn them off, or the channel could be demonetized. Those are two reasons I can think of that you would get an email like that. The third thing is, and this is very important for anybody thinking about memberships or dealing with memberships, you have to put a lot of consideration into them before you set them up. The reason why is because if you ever want to change the price of a level of membership, you have to wipe out all the members that were on that level to change the price. So we have to be really deliberate in our ideas. So that's just an idea. Sweet Acres Koi Farm. First thing we can always do is look at the email address that an email came from, and some of the email clients out there like Outlook, Gmail, Apple Mail, things like that, they can all mask the email address. If somebody truly is a hacker or a troll or something like that, they often do a good job of making things look, legitimate. A lot of us probably get emails saying our Amazon shipment is on its way and things like that, and we know that it's not real, but the address almost looks like it. So you just have to check it 2 or 3 times. But the best way to figure out if you no longer have a membership on a channel because memberships have been taken off of that channel or changed is just to go to the channel. Especially if you go into a live stream replay that's recent or something like that, you might be able to have a look through the chat and see if there are green channels in the chat. But that's not even necessarily a 100% idea. These are just without putting a lot of thought into it, coming off the top of my mind. So it's just an idea. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. If anybody else made a question or comment that you meant for me to see, just please let me know again. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Lucy Warren's World is going to get added to the wheel right away. And then the new YouTube creator tool earlier about YouTube tips and tricks. So often in our YouTube studio, I'm assuming what KK's Travel and Educational Vlogs is talking about is at least on a computer. I'm not on a phone very often for YouTube, but at least on the computer, when you go into your YouTube studio dashboard on the right hand side, you will often see that they've got videos for us to watch. Hopefully everybody here is following the YouTube creator channel. Because YouTube will tell you either what's true or what they want us to think, one or the other. But there are good ideas in there, and you get ideas about updates. Like, for instance, they'll let us know when a thumbnail update is coming, or if we're not going to get one. So the other day they let us know that we're not going to be able to change thumbnails on shorts videos for the rest of the year. So basically we can stop thinking about it and stop asking about it, is what my imagination tells me. So these are just ideas, but it's something I think everybody should look at. What I have meant to do is post those videos on our community tab, and I always forget for weeks and weeks and weeks, months and months, and now it's getting on years. I don't think about it because I want to put them out when they come out. But by the time I think about it again, it's been days after, and I'm not on YouTube or a computer all the time. I would like to be on a lot more, but if I'm out working or something like that, I'm literally away from the computer and can't get to it. So when we get to KK's Travel and Educational Vlogs, we see another creator who's here with us just about every day, always engaging in the chat. And this creator is going to bring us a mix of travel and educational vlogs, of course. We get into their videos. I see the latest one I've got to catch up with, so I've put that in my catch-up list. And when we look through some of the thumbnails and rollovers, we get an idea of the different places they're going to take us, including cruising when they can, and then shorts on the channel have done 10,000 views and beyond on a couple of them, which is great to see. They've got a second channel as well. If I look for KK's live channel, this one takes a second to come up. The content comes up right away. The channel needs another second, but as we click on it, we see that they're bringing us a few more videos here, usually talking head videos. They've got some shorts over here as well. Even one of these has gotten into 10,000 views, which is great. And then when we look at live streams, we see this creator's got a lot of them ready to go. Very much like Michael's Adventures, our dear friend, premieres every day, and they set them all up in advance. The thing about setting up premieres and live streams in advance, I'm always a fan of it. I recommend it if it's at all appropriate to drop a premiere. I would set it as far in advance as you can. The reason why is because, first of all, the YouTube algorithm and recommendation engine gets extra time to understand your tags, your title, even the video content itself. It's listening to the audio in the video in the background, for instance, right? So it can try to push it out to the right people when it's time. The other thing, too, is when you drop a premiere, or if you're going to schedule a live stream, wouldn't it be nice to be able to capture 7 days worth of people seeing it in the recommendation engine and possibly setting notifications before it runs? Because whoever can show up is going to show up. If you do a premiere on Thursday and somebody can't be there on Thursday, they might still set the reminder. We always recommend that here, whether you could be there or not. But wouldn't it be nice to have that many days of time for somebody to be able to set those reminders, basically? And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And thank you, Driving Daily. Forever Goshlin 3004. Good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And Blester Crochet is here. Not sure if I said hello, but thank you for coming in. KK's live channel we just saw. I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. We'll go for another break for 3.5 minutes. And right before we do that, we're going to play one more clip from our interview series. The first 3 episodes of these interviews are up, by the way. And it really is only between, I think, 5 or 6 hours worth of content. It sounds like a lot, but I promise you these interviews turned out better than I expected that they would. This is not an interview where, you know, we're just talking for today about what's happening. This is a culmination of all of the time that they've spent on YouTube. It's more than 3 years for each of these creators. They've been with us for at least 3 years. The conversations are an hour to 2 hours long. I would literally set some time, grab a notepad, and watch what these creators had to say. I did not give a lot of input at all. I really wanted their opinion, whether or not I was going to agree with it. But these are longtime friends of mine and of us here in the Tuber Chat family. All of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views. And people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm gonna go first.
Yeah, you're a master at this one.
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yep.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on. But the thing about it is, that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube, could be a tag changed, it could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part, because like, if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, well, I can just look at a plane or, oh, what's going to happen here?
Right.
I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely
just the
right.
contrast of like titles and tags,
It does make a difference.
it does. It's like, from our experience anyway, it has. Like, we went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like, there, what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video. We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like, a month later, we're like, wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up. And I know people are probably going, no, it's really good, but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, wow, this is like not great. But we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice. Pardon me, I'm just charging something. We'll go for 3.5 minutes and come right back. All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Canadian family life in a second here. Now, I noticed that Just Jason Keto was just like making a joke about, yeah, imagine having a video ready 7 days in advance. So I always recommend that everybody try to get to a point of consistency of dropping a video a week. Just Jason Keto and more does better than that, including live streams and shorts and things like that. But myself personally, he knows me well enough to know that I'm always behind on my personal channel. Not so much on the other channels that I run if we have content, but being behind, what I will often do is, let's say I had a video and I just got it ready today, it's already Monday, but I always put my videos out on Saturday, always, always, always. So what I would do is not put it out for this Saturday, I would put it out for the next Saturday, and therefore buy myself an extra week, because I believe that the help of the algorithm and the recommendation engine over that extra few days is going to matter much more than getting the video out earlier. I could be wrong. I've been corrected many times here in YouTube, and of course every channel is different. We have to make our own decisions for our channels based on what we think. Intuition is a big part of this. But these are just ideas. I just wanted to share that, because it was something that Just Jason Keto and more mentioned. Now, he cares very deeply about the YouTube journey. Those of us in the Superchat family, the small YouTuber community at large, you can tell, because while he's watching the clip that he's already seen at least 10 times of the interview from Unstable TV that I played before that break there, they're talking about changing the tags, titles, descriptions, and thumbnails on videos. You could do that as many times as you want, even after a video's already been published, and that goes for live streams as well. And that can breathe new life into older videos. As a last recommendation, and many of you have heard me say this before, what I would do on a channel, and I do this myself as well, is the top 10 performing videos on the channel, the ones that are getting the most views over the last 28 days, I would just leave them alone. If it ain't broke, don't fix it is kind of the idea. Then I would grab the next 10 videos, let's say the 11th highest performing one to the 20th, if you have time. If you have more time, that's great. And I would try to push those much farther, because if you try to get videos that are not getting any views and try to push them, that can be much harder than getting videos that are already getting not as many views as you would like and trying to get them to get a few more, if that makes sense. But the best performing ones I wouldn't adjust right away without a lot of consideration. The other thing too is Just Jason Keto and more is mentioning the test and compare feature. So if possible, I would recommend that every single person in every circumstance uses that feature. What YouTube's allowing us to do for videos right now is upload 3 different thumbnails, and then they will push all of them out evenly for a while to see which one gets the best click-through rate, and then it would default to the one with the highest click-through rate. And that's a wonderful feature. We've been dying for that for a year already. They promised that. And there's been other ways to do it with TubeBuddy and this and that, but it's fantastic that they've added that. So my recommendation then would be to do 3 different styles of thumbnails. You could even just look over your own channel and see what kind of styles of thumbnails you've done best with, and maybe mimic those if you can. But these are just ideas. And we all have to make our own best decisions, but I just wanted to throw those out there. And then Blessed to Crochet is working on monetization already. Wow, they've gotten into the first level, which is fantastic. They've just applied, and everybody will be excited for them to know that they're into the first level. And then we're just working for 4,000 hours of watch time after that. Yellow Shirt Dad is just asking about the break music. So all of the songs in the background of Tuber Chat, including the ones we hear at the beginning, middle, and end, are all available on that copyright-free music channel. It's featured at the bottom of our front page. So it's called Thrive Together with no vowels, which I know sounds weird. It was probably a bad idea at the time. But all of the music is copyright-free. So anybody is free to use it. Oh, there you go. Yes, I see Just Jason Keto and more. Always on time, never early. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat or anything anybody's meant for me to see. If you want me to elaborate on anything I'm talking about, I'll be happy to. Ralphie's Kids Entertainment, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And forgive me if I'm not certain that this might be your first time in Tuber Chat. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then thank you, Ralphie's Kids Entertainment. When we look at what Just Jason Keto and more is talking about there, yeah, trying even the same thumbnail with 3 backgrounds is enough. I literally did that in a couple of my latest videos on my personal channel. I was just like, okay, just put 3 thumbnails on it because why not? Even if they end up with the same or similar thumbnails. And then when you have time, it makes sense. And this is something we can go back and do as well. As far as I've seen so far, we can go back and change the thumbnails on our older videos like Unstable TV was talking about, Just Jason Keto and more was reinforcing, where you can now make 3 new thumbnails for an older video, or at least 2 if you want, and then test and compare them. But I would absolutely try to do that. In almost every case, probably every case. Canadian Family Life's up on the screen. They come to us from New Brunswick. Tiffany is the creator behind this channel, but there's a lot of family togetherness. You'll find all of the family members popping in and out between the different videos. Lots more product reviews, it seems, that are coming on this channel, but they're known for grocery hauls, cooking videos, their container garden I've talked about many times, Happy Meal videos, shout outs for other creators. Tiffany, her husband Chris, got together for a cook-off challenge not too long ago, and like I said, lots of family togetherness on the channel. When we look at shorts over here, we see that some of these outdoor shorts have done really well. 2,500, 2,800, one at 5,500. I grouped this channel in with the homesteading community of channels because it's a mix of indoor and outdoor content in line with what we find from homesteading channels. And Tiffany's got a live stream coming up tomorrow at 12 o'clock, noon. So I'm not sure. Pardon me, let me get Siri on the case here.
Okay, I added Canadian.
So hopefully I'll be able to catch that. I'll be out, but I may not be like, I might be working but not shovel in the ground yet at 12 o'clock. So Ralphie's Kids Entertainment, the reaction button, we have to assume that every piece of interaction helps. But I don't want anybody to put any more focus on, like, you know, helping here in Tuber Chat as opposed to meeting new friends and helping your own channel in that way. That happens from helping others. But basically what happens is the more success everybody finds here in the Tuber Chat streams, the better this channel does, right? So above things like thumbs up and, you know, sharing and things like that, you hear me not... the thumbs up I always mention because it's so easy to do, but when we talk about the other things, I don't mention a lot just because it's so much better for this channel for everybody to spend their time making new friends and finding success, because later when people start asking you, how did you become so successful on YouTube, then you'll almost have no choice but to say there's a channel called Tuber Chat if you found it helpful, and you'll be recommending it. And this is how we continue to grow to an overwhelming point now, which is great. But I do appreciate the thought. I just want to let everybody know, you know, as much as I appreciate everybody's interaction here, it truly does help. This whole operation was built on the idea that if other people help other people, this whole thing will grow and we'll all benefit, including myself. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And then yeah, Tiffany's got the notification already set, or the live stream already set, so everybody will be able to get their local time from that. Pretty Witty and Risky is here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. And then Canadian Family Life. We're going to look at her husband's channel as well. The reason why I stopped there is because Canadian Family Life only does live streams once every month or occasionally twice a month. So I just want to make sure I can catch it if I can. Chris's Creation Fun has over 100 subscribers now. And this creator is bringing out content sporadically. But they started with 3D printing. And then they started to move into do-it-yourself videos, including fixing that 3D printer, working on solar equipment. There's Chris working on the grow light for the container garden I talked about from his wife Tiffany's channel. And then shorts over here are starting to get into hundreds of views already. So hopefully everybody will connect with Chris's Creation Fun. And when I'm window shopping lately, I'm window shopping for 3D printers. I don't know if it's a good idea. I started to find that I need a couple of things that have to be 3D printed. So I've either got to find somebody on Kijiji or eBay or whatever to pay to have the stuff done. By the time I look at how much it's going to cost to have that done, it's already getting on between $100 and $200. You can buy a 3D printer for $400. Don't forget I'm in Canada, so the numbers are a little bit skewed. But you can. I'm not saying it's a good idea, but I start window shopping now. But Chris's Creation Fun will teach us about some of that stuff. So hopefully we can push this creator a little bit farther towards the 200 subscribers we know they're going to be thinking about. Old Blue Eyes, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I feel like I recognize the name of the channel. I'm uncertain if you've been here before, so forgive me for that if I'm mistaken. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anyone. Backyard Trucker is coming up right now. We talked about this channel for a moment earlier. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I already put Mike and Rihanna's Adventures on the wheel. They're fellow Canadians also. They've been here a long time today. They're longtime friends of at least 3 years by now, I think. And then I'm just going to look at what I can do about adding another name to the wheel. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More. If you're still here, just please let me know. And then I'll look for others one by one. We add names to the wheel based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. I'll get Travels and Gardening with DJ on there for now. And then we'll take it one by one. And then, yeah, see, that's the thing, Just Jason Keto and More. If it becomes more than a quarter of the price of a piece of equipment to buy the stuff from somebody where the money otherwise is just going to be all but lost, then I consider the idea of possibly having it. Like a 3D printer lends itself to the idea of doing videos, even if they were time-lapse shorts, right? A lot of the ideas I've had for things like that end up not getting done, but you know, it's always a consideration. The things that I need happen to be for crypto mining. I have a few machines now, more than a few, but I have a few. And some of them need these shrouds that are put for the cooling fans, but they have to be 3D printed. So I can buy them from guys with 3D printers, but they want $20, $30, $40 for these things. By the time you buy 10 of those, you're already at $200, $300, $400, depending on how, you know, much of a deal you can get. And even though the printer and the filament and stuff like that costs money, you think about the other benefits. Now I could turn around and I could also sell the stuff to other people who will eventually look at me as an authority with crypto mining if I stick with it for a couple of years as an idea. The only reason I'm sharing this ridiculous story is so that everybody can understand some of the thoughts you can have about repurposing equipment and things like that. I'm not always successful at it, but I try to do more than one thing at all times. So there's always an added benefit to every single thing that I try to do, right? Doesn't always work out, but often. So at least if we think that way, we have a chance. Some 3D printers can get into thousands of dollars. Yes, Backyard Trucker. But this started because I got one as a Facebook advertisement popping up. Of course, we know they're always listening to every single thing we ever say or think. And a 3D printer came up, and it happened to be on sale at Best Buy. So it says it's $1,100 or $1,000. It was on sale for $400. Remember, I'm in Canada, right? So I don't know enough about 3D printers yet to know whether that's a good deal or anything else. But it sparked me to start window shopping. My sister and her family have at least one that works, but I think 3 in total they've been through, or between, you know, different people in that leg of the family. They got a few, so there's lots of opportunity to learn. Rainy Ridge, good to see you here, and hopefully again I'm not missing anyone. Backyard Trucker lets us know that they're just a simple guy but hardworking. They changed the about page now, so I got to remember this. They're just a hardworking guy doing things that they love. They're literally putting anything and everything online, but they happen to be a small business owner and a mechanic by trade, so they work on the truck which they drive, hence Backyard Trucker. We see a lot of variety on the channel, but this creator's done really well when they've gotten into some dash cam footage, especially in these shorts videos. Plenty over 12,000 and 2 over 13,000, which is great to see. And then when we get into live streams, they're live almost every single day. And it might be out by the campfire like this. It might be hanging out with Marketplace Boutique, who we saw earlier. And then it might be behind the wheel of the truck. And some of these do really well. They're experimenting with the vertical live streams right now, and they've had some great success with those. So hopefully everybody will catch Backyard Trucker. Not only are they here in Superchat just about every stream, but they're also out seeming to be everywhere all the time, supporting other creators as well. So I'll make one more call for Jesse Miller unboxings and more, just in case they happen to be here on Lewis Acre Farm Karma. And then if not, what we'll do is we'll spin the wheel right now. We'll see who's coming up next, and I'll soon add another name to the wheel from our chat list. There's Lewis Acre Farm Karma right there. And Sweet Acres Koi Farm is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on. This is a channel that's fairly new in Tuberchat, just being with us for a month or two now, but they've already started sending friends over. I think it might even be over 2 months. Forgive me, I lose track of some of these friendships, and I've been caught being way off. But I hope everybody takes inspiration from the idea that we literally can have friendships that last so long that you can lose track of how long they've gone on. People literally willing to support your channel before even meeting you, years into the future, if all the generous creators could just find each other. That's what we're doing here, right? So Sweet Acres Koi Farm is coming up. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Sweet Acres Koi Farm is up on the screen right now with 935 subscribers, so they are well on the road officially to 1K. We always say you're officially on a road when you hit a 100 milestone. Since they're long past 900, they're officially on the road to 1K. Style Stages, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. They're working on some shorts videos. I'll be looking forward to seeing those. We see that Sweet Acres Koi Farm has a featured video here. And I'm just going to take the latest one, though. I'm going to put this one into my catch-up list, a DIY filter. So I've got a lot to learn when it comes to what they're bringing on their channel. Sweet Acres Koi Farm is Sweet Acres Koi Farm is already sending over some friends here, which is great to see. More generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. They got some outdoor content here for shorts videos and a bit of variety. These have now gotten into 3,900, one over 7,800 views. I think it's still getting views. I'm going to try to remember that number for the next time I have it on the screen. 99 Midnight Gamer, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. We see that they've got a live stream coming up as well. That's going to be on the 25th at 1 p.m. Let me see if I can count the days here. That's Sunday. I think it's Sunday afternoon. My guess is that we'll end up doing a stream on Sunday. It might be late though. I got a bit of a thing on Saturday I got to do that might have me wanting to do a later stream on Sunday, but we'll see. I'm almost certain, not 100% though. If all else fails, it'll be Friday and late afternoon or early evening Monday. Sweet Acres Koi Farm live streams, they seem to be on, yeah, it should be Sunday. It looks like they're doing these once a week. And they got StreamYard panels here, so they're going to introduce us to more creators while they're doing these, which is great to see. So hopefully I'll catch you for one of those. I'm looking forward to getting to know these creators a little bit better. They're obviously influential. Like I said, they're sending friends over already. Then we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Thank you, 99 Midnight Gamer. I always appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know not everybody can be here every stream, and certainly not for 3 hours every time that we're on. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures are up here right now. These are fellow Canadians, also from close to Edmonton, Alberta. And Mike and Rihanna's Adventures have brought us some new videos here. I see I'm behind. I'm just going to grab a Sunday shopping video here. They bring a lot of outdoor adventure on their channel. I used to describe them as like a homesteading channel, but it's really a vlogging channel. This husband and wife are out. They go to things like classic car shows. They take us shopping, exploring all the time. Interesting golfing here. They take us to events in their community. Originally from Medicine Hat is specifically is where I talk about these creators. They bring us indoors and outdoors. Of course, they're in Canada, so they have all 4 seasons to show us as well. And then they talk a lot of cruising on the channel as well. Mike recently became a travel agent, so a lot of travel and cruising. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,600, 5,800, one over 6,700 views. And like I said, there's some famous Canadian winter weather there also they're able to show us. Live streams on the channel, so they've got these set up to restart again in September. They bring us a Sunday series called Sunday Fun. They've been doing this for as long as I can remember. They took the summer off, but they've literally got the 1st of September planned for a live stream, and then they'll continue after that. So hopefully everybody will catch them. They might even do a pop-up between now and then, and they are working on 3,600 subscribers, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. Obviously generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. I'm just going to show you another channel that they've got here, Rihanna's Life Adventures. And this is where we get a better look at Rihanna, and she will bring us content that is complementary to what they're doing on the original channel. I caught them last year for a live stream during this Hot Air Balloon Festival. I'm just going to put this video in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with this channel and keep caught up. They got shorts over here. They've posted a few of these already. One of them's at 800 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well are occasional. Sometimes they'll do a series. Sometimes they'll just do an individual one. And then let me see if I can find the other one. Storm Chasers, Mike and Rihanna. And this is another channel where they're going to bring us some extreme weather and obviously storm chasing. There they are, Medicine Hat right there. It says so in the thumbnail. And we'd love to push this channel a little bit farther towards the first 100. You'll likely catch this easily by following Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. Long time friends. They've been with us well over 3 years now. Probably getting closer to 4. 3.5 years for sure. And then Travels and Gardening with DJ is coming up in another moment. So what we're going to do right now is take another break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, I'm going to play for you one more clip, the last one for today. And these are little 3-minute clips from an interview series of conversations that went on anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. And these are in an interview style, of course. It's set up as a podcast on the channel. All of the creators featured are longtime friends of us here in Tuberchat, and they have all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. Well, thank you for that. So it's interesting that we're talking about shorts already. We've got a lot to go over today. But since you've mentioned it, that's one thing that I was planning to ask is the idea that you can give us, regardless of, like, you know, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about whether shorts are helpful. Some creators have broken off into separate shorts channels and things like this. But in your experience, now going through what you have with shorts, what advice can you give to somebody just in the beginnings of their YouTube journey before their 10,000 subscribers so that they can have the best chance of making shorts work for them as opposed to against them?
So ultimately, you've got to have a passion in what you're doing. There's no point in, say, I'm going to do videos on fixing cars when you have no idea on how to fix cars.
Yes.
Okay. I am more shocked at what people are willing to sit there and watch than actually do it. I did over the Christmas period, I was given a huge model to build and I live streamed it. It's not quite finished yet. I've still got another day on it. So it'll be another like 8 years. So I was basically doing 4 to 6 hour live streams of building this kit. And people were turning up every day, having me in their background or in the background, watching me and listening to me while I was effing and jeffing at this kit. You know what I mean? And if they've got a passion for what you're doing, they're more likely going to watch that passion from you and push. So if you are going to set up a YouTube channel today, if your passion is walking, record it. But make sure that you envelop and make sure that what you're saying and what you put in the video is aimed at the audience. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I do a YouTube video, I don't think I'm talking to 50,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm talking to one person.
Right.
So if you create a video of your passion, make it personal that you're talking to that one person that's watching you. If you see what I mean. You know, you are just talking to one person. So create the video for your best friend. So he's going to say, you know, and people will become endowed by that. They'll listen to that because you'll be like their friend as well. So that's my one tip, I think, is to make sure that you make the videos not personal in your life, personal about what's on the footage, and that you're making that video for your best friend.
Right. That's great advice too. Yeah. Each person, is looking through their own set of eyes, regardless of who they're with.
Yeah.
All right, we're just about back. We're looking at Travels and Gardening with DJ. I added Lewis Acre Farm Karma, Bell's Whisper Farmstead, and Forever Goshlin 3004 onto the wheel for now. So when we look at Travels and Gardening with DJ, we see a creator who's here with us frequently, and they're always engaging in the chat. That's the key to getting onto the wheel or the screen earlier here in Tuber Chat. By being engaged in conversation, and I got robots in the background that keep track of that, trying desperately to get Botrix to show up, and the thing just doesn't want to work. This is one of the reasons why we use 4 different robots here in the Tuber Chat family or in the Tuber Chat streams. And when I say robot, I really mean ChatBot. Most of us know Nightbot. We also use Stream Elements, Stream Labs, and Botrix is a new one, but it's been not working the last several days. So I might have to unhook it and rehook it. You got to check on these things once in a while, especially if you have important things that you've got them doing in the chat. When we think about making promises to members and things like that, the reason why I use 4 of them, if one doesn't want to work one day, we can get another one to pick up the slack, and then they all have different strengths as well. And I like to know how they all work. And then, so, when we look at Travels and Gardening with DJ, we see that this creator is working on 1,200 subscribers, which is great to see. They mix up their content frequently, and they're letting us know they're going to see some outdoor, we're going to see some outdoor content here. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. We get an idea from the rollovers here of the different types of things they're going to bring us, outdoor footage, some gardening updates. And then as well, they got shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 1,600, 1,800 views and beyond. And then when we get into live streams, we see that they were on a few weeks ago. We'll see if they're going to continue with those. And then, oh, for the life of me, am I going to be able to remember what DJ's other channel is called? Entertainment. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to remember what it's called right now. They've changed up their channel names a couple of times, and for whatever reason, I'm not able to remember right this second. One of the things I recommend for anybody that's got more than one channel, I don't necessarily recommend anybody start more than one channel, but if you have more than one, is featuring your second channel in your About section. We've seen that done before, or on the bottom of your front page, so it's easy to find. Creators might be willing to support you on both when they find out you've got more than one. Yeah, DJ's other channel, I think I'm not going to get it for today. Oh, Scratch and PPA caught it. Entertainment and More with DJ, I should have known. And More. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. I don't know why it wasn't coming to me. It's just the way that the name is structured. But Entertaining and More by DJ is up on the screen. This is Travel and Gardening and More, pardon me, with DJ. Travel and Gardening with DJ's second channel. So, like I said, if possible, an idea is just to feature them on each other's front page. So that, oh, it looks like they got one here. This one's here. There you can add links. Pardon me, I'm tripping over my words. You can add links into the front of your channel by going through the customization tab in YouTube Studio. You can link to your Twitter, to your Instagram, TikTok, things like that. You can also link your other channel, or at the bottom of your front page, I recommend to a lot of people. So over here we see more content from our dear friend DJ. When we look at what they're doing now, this is good to get a Halloween video in early. I know it's quite early right now, but that stream is going to start soon, and I mean stream of traffic that's going to come through YouTube. Halloween is a big time, right? People want to watch YouTube to see people's costumes, how they're building them, how they're putting them together, where they're finding them, and then what they ultimately look like. So I've got that video on my catch-up list. Of course, while we're connecting here in Tuber Chat, we're always looking for videos that are 3 minutes or longer. There's a few of them here, so I recommend everybody everybody, just to sift through a few, make sure you got a video that's at least 3 minutes. Very important that we watch that video in full, and very important that it's 3 minutes or longer where possible. We leave a meaningful, genuine comment of 3 or 4 sentences, and then give the thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on. Some shorts over here have gotten into 400 views and beyond. One of them over 600, which is great to see, so that will likely continue as well. I already spun the wheel. We're going to look at Bella's Whisper Farmstead now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. When we look at Bella's Whisper Farmstead, we see a creator, Kristen. Actually, it's Kristen and Mike together. You have to forgive me. This video that I said I wanted to watch, I ran it, but I didn't have a chance to watch it yet. So I'm going to put it back in my catch-up list right now. I just wanted to see, because they're talking about the cost breakdown when you have a entire cow, for instance, right? Because I've heard of that before, but not really explored the idea of doing it. Bella's Whisper Farmstead brings us a lot of outdoor content when it comes to the idea of homesteading on a budget specifically, but they also bring us indoors. They've built a tiny home-ish type of idea on the property as well, which is cool to see. And then of course they'll give us other updates about gardening and the chickens that they have. I was listening to, what was I in yesterday? Was it this video? It can't be this video. Or were they doing a live stream? Let's have a look for a quick second. They were doing a live stream, and I'm not sure if this is the one or the video that I watched. It was must have been chickens. I thought it was turkeys, but going crazy in the background. And it's funny because I'm assuming when you have that around you, it's like somebody like me. I grew up with dogs as pets when I was a young lad. My parents always had dogs. You don't even really hear them bark anymore because, you know, if they're barking, if you got dogs that bark. But some of the animals make interesting noises, and I'm sure it becomes just background noise after a while. But it's interesting to see, and I have a feeling that that's going to make a lot of what they're doing on this channel compelling as well. I think a lot of people really like to see livestock of all different types. 2,200, 2,600, 3,200 views on some of the shorts videos over here. And then I thought I caught your last live stream, but it must have been the other day, a week ago. So I forget whether they dropped one of these as a premiere. I can't remember what on earth I was in. It looks like it was this. Maybe that was it, but it's already 2 weeks, so maybe I'm mistaken. Bella's Whisper Farmstead is working towards 1,500 subscribers. We would love to push them a little bit farther, and they are, again, over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters here with us just about every day, and seeming to be everywhere all the time, supporting other creators as well. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Forever Goshlin 3004. We haven't had a chance to look at this channel too many times, so it's great that we've got it on the screen right now. They've been making frequent appearances. They got almost 600 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 600 they must be thinking about. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos from this channel. I'm going to put it in my catch-up list. I always look for something a little bit longer than 3 minutes if I can. So I've got that in a special playlist. Playlists can be a great tool for keeping up with channels, of course, right? So I'll have a look at that video, and then I've got to get to know this channel a little bit better. But when we look at the about page, we get a bit of information. So they've got quite a bit here: gaming, shorts, food, travel, events, holidays, and other fun. And then they've got shorts on the channel as well, and some of these have done hundreds of views, one of them at 500, one of them at 700, which is great to see. Speaking of barking, by the way. So hopefully everybody will connect with Forever Goshlin 3004. Like I said, we've been seeing them frequently here in Tuber Chat. We're starting to move a little bit faster, but we'll get to the next channel right away. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And I see Wheats Art's in the house. Forgive me, I didn't say hello when you first came in. Old Blue Eyes has been added to the wheel, and I'll take it one at a time for now. Crabtown Reseller is brand new in the house, so it's good to see you here. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. And then Lucy Warren's World is up on the screen. This is somebody we've been seeing every day as well. They've been making frequent appearances, monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then they're going to give us a lot of information on their About page about what to expect here when we get, into shorts on the channel. We see that these have gotten into 14 and 15,000 views, one at 35,000 and one at 158,000 views, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel feature a lot of video gameplay, and they've got another Sims video coming up, and that's actually going to be in a few days. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. We always set notifications for everything that we see. Even though we have the notification bell on for every channel, that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, of course. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So Old Blue Eyes has been with us for a little while today, and this is a brand new channel in the Tuberchat family. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of their videos. I usually look for something longer than 3 minutes. I'll take this 14-minute video. I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 or 4 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Blessed to Crochet is on the wheel. Rambling with the Brooms is a beloved and dedicated moderator. I've got them on the wheel. And then I see Rooted in Essential Oils coming in. They are also a member, so we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. I hit the wheel pretty quickly there, but it was Blessed to Crochet that actually came up. So we'll get their channel ready to go. My voice is stressing me out today. Not badly. I can feel it's just the tiniest bit scratchy, so I'm just going to be careful with that. We'll take a break for another 3.5 minutes. We'll make this a really quick one, and then we'll come right back. mods will, I know I just said it in the chat, our mods will sometimes remove any messages with too many emojis. That actually comes from something we've been doing for many years. It is a long time idea behind grow streams, which is basically what we call tuber chat, where people are here to connect with each other for the purpose of, let's say, growing their channel. So it's not as much of a big deal here, especially lately. I know everybody gets heavy with the emojis when the music comes on. That's okay, but that's an idea that came from instilling great chat etiquette, if we want to put it that way. And the reason why is because when you go to another channel that's a little bit newer but trying to do something like this, like have people connect, there's a lot of, dare I say, misinformation out there. It's not that it's wrong, it's just information comes from everywhere. We really have to consider where it's coming from. But a lot of creators who haven't been on quite as long or haven't been through all of this as much might time out creators, or dare I say ban them, and even worse, and things like that, just for simple things like numbers in the chat or too many emojis and things like that. So it's not necessarily a real idea. It's just something we've been doing for 4 years. There used to be talk of the idea of streams getting shut down because too many people are putting emojis in the chat. It seems that that was all misinformation, but not necessarily for, me to say. I certainly don't want to make it sound like I know everything. I learn from creators of all sizes every single day, and I've been corrected many times here in Tuber Chat. But just an idea. And then, yeah, so thank you, Rambling with the Brooms, for that. I didn't realize that that was going on, but I should have known, because lately we talk about the music when it's playing and everybody's making jokes about dancing and things like that, so the emojis start to fly a little bit faster. Old Blue Eyes is here for the first time, so yeah, there's no, hopefully no harm, no foul there, but yeah, it's just an idea that comes from the past, so that when you head into other chats and things like that, you don't get it even harder from trigger happy mods and things like that. Blessed to Crochet is here, and this is another creator who's here with us frequently. They just let us know that they're in the first level of monetization now, which is great. We're all going to be excited for each other when those things happen. They're already well over 800 subscribers, well on the way to 900 actually, and I'm just going to grab their latest video from last week. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. Playlist can be a great tool for that. And then when we get into shorts videos, we see that these have gotten into 9,000 on one of them, 10,000 on two of them, which is great to see. And then live streams as well. So they do these frequently. They did a short one today outdoors, and then hopefully we'll catch them for more of these. I've caught them a few times, and we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. And thank you, Crabtown Reseller. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Rooted in Essential Oil is coming up right now. Jesse Miller Unboxings and more is still in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel right away. They've been with us pretty much from the beginning of the stream today. We'll take it one by one for now. Rooted in Essential Oils is going to talk literally about essential oils, and there's a great idea I have behind this channel here. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And then when I talk about the idea that I have for this channel, it's just that so I've been on YouTube for about 7 years now. When I started, I used to tell every person that they need to start a YouTube channel. It would be waitresses in restaurants, it would be tour guides if I'd go on any kind of a trip. Anybody at all who asks, hey, what have you been up to lately? Oh, I'm doing YouTube, you should do YouTube, and everything else. And I've really laid off that now. I just let people know that I'm doing it, and if somebody had interest, I'd talk about it. But when I describe how somebody can start a YouTube channel, it might be easier than we think. What I suggest to people is just take anything at all that you care about, like my label maker here, for instance, right? Put it on a table in front of you and talk about it for 10 minutes. That's a video. We all know that that's true. There's lots of product review, unboxing videos, and even just opinions. But one product that really lends itself well to social media, and especially YouTube, is essential oils. Now, I don't know any more about them than anybody else. I barely know a tiny bit. What I do know about them is that they can have a lot of benefits in certain circumstances, and Rooted in Essential Oils can help us understand this kind of thing. What I also understand is that when you combine different essential oils together, you can find extra benefits. So there are literally an unlimited number of things to talk about when it comes to the idea of Rooted in Essential Oils, to share experiences, to motivate and inspire others possibly. Michael's Adventures, our beloved and dedicated moderator, also is very much into essential oils as well. So these are just ideas, but Rooted in Essential Oils has been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter with us for many months now. I think it's got to be at least 6 months. I don't know if it's quite a year yet. And then when we look at Rooted in Essential Oils, we see that they post frequently, and then we see that they've got some shorts over here as well. These bring more variety, like what we see from a lot of different creators, getting into 2,500, 2,600 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they got quite a few of these set up in advance. I'm just setting notifications for these. We always set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel. I thought I just caught them for a stream, 3 days ago, so they're streaming all the time. And then they're working on 1,200 subscribers, so hopefully everybody will connect with them. Another, like I said, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So when we talk about the idea of playlists, it's not just that, so putting playlists together, putting your videos in playlists and chopping up your channel into different playlists with, let's say, different categories or ideas can be a great way to get a viewer to come in and binge watch. So one pro hack, if you want to put it that way, or an advanced tip, is when you're sharing your videos out on other social networks like Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp and things like that, if you can share a playlist link to that particular video, it can benefit you much more. And there's a couple reasons why, but the biggest one is because when you share a playlist link to a video, somebody will come on to YouTube who wasn't already on YouTube and start watching. That's called starting a session. It is literally probably the best thing you can ever do for engagement for your channel. Then when somebody gets to the end of that video, it will automatically be guaranteed to roll into the next video of yours instead of the recommendation engine just picking something for the viewer. So when you've done the work to bring somebody into a session on YouTube, it's great to know that you can get paid back by having YouTube actually help you in keeping them on your channel. So we share playlist links. Now, playlists in general give your viewers an opportunity to binge watch content that they might enjoy. So Rooted in Essential Oils might have a series of, let's say, combinations, or other videos they've done. They've got a bit of travel here, right? So they could make a travel playlist, put all the travel videos in there. Now if somebody comes to their channel, they could be like, oh, not only did I find Rooted in Essential Oils through a travel video, but now I see that they've got several. Maybe I like what they're doing and I want to watch many of them. So that's obvious. It probably goes without saying, but I think you get an idea. And then when we get to... Oh, is it longer than I thought? Rooted in Essential Oils? Almost a year, my dear goodness. Thank you. Yes, forgive me for that. I lose track of how long our friendships have gone on. And then... So playlists can be helpful. When we talk about the idea of swapping playlists here, that has to do with watch hours, of course. And so it's a simple arrangement. Somebody's agreeing to run a playlist of your videos. You're agreeing to run a playlist of their videos. You can imagine by getting dozens, maybe even hundreds eventually, of different creators to run your playlists of videos, your watch hours are really going to stack up. But there's a couple of other benefits. When somebody runs an entire playlist of your videos, they're running every video from beginning to end, And you're building a friendship with a creator by trading favors. So they're going to be there connected to your channel to catch most of what you're going to come out with in the future. Now your watch hours are going to start to grow exponentially. So these are the reasons that we push it. And then I don't facilitate or anything like that. Everybody's free to just do that yourself. But because we're talking about running the playlist, you're not necessarily obligated to sit and watch every single second of every single video. Lots of people run YouTube in the background and things like that while they go about household chores and other things. But you can do it when you work, when you sleep, when you eat, when you go out. Of course, as many comments and thumbs up as possible will be helpful. But the obligation and the favor that we trade is simply to swap playlists, and it helps with watch hours, like I said. So, Rainy Ridge says they just started their channel a year ago, which is interesting to see. And I'm looking forward to getting to know them as well. Lewis Acre Farm Karma's up here now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. When we look at Lewis Acre Farm Karma, we see another creator who's here just about every single day, 291, or every time we stream, 291 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 300 we know that they're thinking about. They're in Southwest Idaho. They've got lots of information here about what to expect on their channel. In their About section, they got shorts over here that bring us lots of outdoor content and even collaborations. There's Jesse from Lazy Days Ahead. 1,500, 2,500, 6,100 views and beyond. You get an idea of a lot of the outdoor content that Lewis Acre Farm Karma is bringing us. We had this influx of homesteading channels start coming through the Superchat family about 3.5 years ago, and it continues to grow and flourish today, if that makes sense. So when we look at live streams, she's got a series called Meet Me Monday, and the idea is to introduce us to other influencers, and she's looking for guests on the channel as well. I hope to join her in the coming month or two. So hopefully everybody will connect with Lewis Acre Farm Karma, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And like I said, they're here with us frequently. Tropical Buzz is in the house. I thought, I wonder if they're live right now. The Stock Explorer, that's their second channel. Pardon me, I happened to see earlier, I don't know why, that they were going live, I think, 10 minutes ago or something like that. We'll have a look and see if they're live, and maybe we'll go over there and raid if they're going to be on. Rambling with the Brooms is coming up right now. This is Scott. He also comes to us from the homesteading community of channels, but he's a fellow Canadian. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Yeah, it seems like Dora. It's actually Nora. Nora with an N. Nora the Stock Explorer. And Rambling with the Brooms is up on the screen. So actually this creator's got a second channel. I'm going to put that up first, called Travel Escapes with the Brooms. And this is where Scott hopes to bring us more travel-based content. He's got a project coming up, actually, that's going to lend itself great to that. Travel Escapes with the Brooms is working on the first 100, which is interesting because Scott himself is an advocate for helping other channels grow, especially when they have their first 100 or are getting close. Rambling with the Brooms is now over 3,000 subscribers, so you know I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have already been through their YouTube journey to get to a level of 3,000 and beyond, if that makes sense. Rambling with the Brooms will bring us all different sorts of content. Although I say he comes from the homesteading community of channels and is connected to a lot of homesteading channels, he's actually been out to several meetups with other creators. He'll bring us travel content. He'll bring us around his own property. He'll bring us indoors and outdoors. He might even be in the sugar shack making some famous Canadian maple syrup. Shorts over here feature Canadian winter weather and all 4 seasons actually, but he's gotten into 2,000, 3,000, and even almost 8,000 views on the shorts videos. And then live streams are frequent. He's got a couple of series. Primetime Fridays and Procrastination Thursdays have been going on for as long as I can remember, and sometimes he'll do a pop-up, especially if he's taking a trip and brings us for a ride along. Now, Rambling with the Brooms has an interesting project coming up, and it's called Cruisin' Alaska 25, and what they're doing between this channel and Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa is they are putting together a cruise that's going to leave next summer around this time from from Seattle to Alaska for a week in August of 2025. And they're expecting to book 100 rooms worth of creators and supporters. So hopefully everybody will check that out when you get over there. Heavens Fire 18, good to see you in the house. Actually, I met up with Scott and Brampton Gardiner and Just Jason Keto and more. We went for dinner in Toronto with one of Scott's friends a while back. That's a beautiful looking thumbnail right there with us together. And I'm always a fan for meetups and things like that as well. I've met up with Jason a couple of times. There's Danforth Avenue Wellness. Amplify Cake No Eat Meat Day with Cherry is in the house. And thank you. They always have positive things to say. Another fellow Canadian, actually. So the 24th of August, yeah, just about a week from today, next year. Rambling with the Brooms, hopefully everybody will connect with. We'd love to push them towards the 3,100 subscribers they're thinking about. I put Rainy Ridge on the wheel, I put Rainy Ridge on the wheel as well, and it looks like Cruise Bolero is going to come up right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And when we look at Cruise Bolero, this is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they're bringing us travel-based content, particularly when they think about cruising. 108 subscribers now, so they've long got their 100 locked in, which is great to see. We know that the first 100 is as challenging as ever before, but as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, we see channels growing, hitting the different milestones like the first 100 and far beyond all the time. So you can see the kinds of content they're bringing us. Lots of outdoor content, unless they happen to be on a cruise ship or bringing us to a touristy type destination. And then when we get into shorts on the channel, we see that these have started to get into 300 and 400 views and beyond. Those will likely continue to grow as they post more and more, of course. Let's spin the wheel and we'll see who's coming up next. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Rainy Ridge, for whatever reason, I thought we might have already been connected, but I must have been mistaken about that. This is the first time we're looking at this channel, so I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take your latest chicken quesadilla video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list, or pardon me, watch later list, and what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week, sometimes 4, but we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. So I'll spin the wheel just for fun, and thank you everybody for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I know not everybody can be here for for 3 hours, and certainly not every time we stream. But I do appreciate every moment. We expect to be back on Friday. I'll try to fit another one in, but I don't think I'm going to be able to this week. My weekdays are going to start getting shorter very soon. And forgive me for the channels that we did not get to today. We try to get to as many channels as we can in a 2.5 hour to 3 hour period, 3 times a week. But we have been through quite a few channels today, which is great to see. Jessie Miller Unboxings and More is another dear friend of about 4 years. And her support for me and for us has increased over these years, not just for me, but other people that I see, not just in the Superchat family as well. That's a hard trick, because as you follow more and more creators, it becomes harder and harder to support everybody as much as we all might like. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. She brings us unboxing videos. Some of these are from subscription services like mystery boxes, but she really mixes up the different types of things that we find. There's jewelry on the channel, there's snacks, there's stationery, there's bath and beauty products. She's got friend mail on the channel, lots of shout outs for other creators, and she does shorts where she features a lot of the products that she finds within those unboxing videos. There's some stationery, bath and beauty, jewelry, snacks right beside it, and other crafting and junk journal type ideas, lots of stickers. I'm thinking Michael's when I think a lot of this stuff, and then live streams as well. So she brings out live streams approximately once a month. She's probably due for one right now, so we'll keep an eye on the channel. I forget if she said she had one intended to come up. But yes, the quesadilla video went into the catch-up playlist. That's interesting. Danforth Avenue Wellness. And then Herman the Great Variety channel is in the house, so we'll get their channel up on the screen for a quick second here. They're another longtime friend and another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Herman the Great recently reset and restarted his channel. He's already over 100, and it looks like he's got it locked in. This creator also is very supportive to others. I run into them constantly. You know what I've been eating lately? I can't believe this, because I know the jokes that they make about this in TV commercials and stuff, but I've been eating avocado toast every day. I'm trying to make better decisions little by little. The other day, so I've had avocado toast now at a couple different places because I wanted to see how different people are making it beyond the recipes that we find online and things. And I made one for myself the other day, but the avocado itself was not quite ripe enough. I still did it anyway. I put fried eggs on it with some bacon, and you know, whether or not that's a good idea, I don't know. But anyway, it was fun to eat, but I did not have to eat for like 6 hours after. Now, in fairness, it was a large avocado. But my dear goodness. And then today I made another one, but the avocado was much more ripe and I just had it plain, but still good. So I'm planning on doing that every day. As far as I understand, an avocado is probably the healthiest thing we can ever eat, and then eggs are a close first or second to that. And then live streams on Herman the Great's channel feature StreamYard panels with other creators. The conversations can go just about anywhere here. So thank you everybody for the time that you spent. Forgive me for the quick exit, but we're going to head out of here. And again, forgive me for the channels we didn't get to. We will get to some more in the next live stream. We always do as many as we can, and if not before, we'll see everyone on Friday. Oh, actually, you know what we'll do? Let's look for something here. I forgot to put Nora on the screen, or on the wheel. Yeah, they're live right now. So I'm going to drop a link for this live stream right this second. And we'll see what they're doing over here. It looks like they're having conversation. And we'll go over there and raid. And everybody can keep connecting with more people. You'll meet even more friends over there. Nora, the Stock Explorer, is a beloved and dedicated moderator here. They do a few different things on their channel. They talk stocks, they talk crypto. They do live streams with either StreamYard panels like this or a lot of lottery ticket scratching as well. So hopefully everybody will join us over there. I'll come over for a few minutes, but Nora is a dear, dear, dear friend, as all of our moderators are. Cabaret Gaming, thank you for being here, by the way. Forgive my quick exit, and we'll see everyone again soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.